Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week at Bungie, we are getting ready for Grandmaster Nightfalls. This year and this season has been flying by. We hope that you can find moments of peace in your world this week. And do not forget, we have a bunch of mental health resources here just in case things are feeling a little too heavy. We listed this last week as well, but your mental health is important, Guardians. So another reminder never hurts. This week is another light week for the TWAB, but we'll be talking about the mid-season weapons preview, Prime Gaming drops, a fun final message for this month from the Pride Strike team, and a quick reminder that Grandmaster Nightfalls are starting up next week. So hold on to your Ghost Guardian and let's get into it. Tune those weapons. Oh boy, is it actually about to happen. First up, we want to talk a little bit about the mid-season weapons preview. Today we are talking about a few changes coming to some of our weapons, exotics, and airborne effectiveness as well. We may have some opportunities in the near future to answer more questions, so we do ask that you continue to keep us updated on your thoughts and ideas over on socials and in the forums. So without further ado, here's the senior design lead, Chris Proctor. So from Chris here, good day, Chris Proctor here. We spent a lot of playtest time in season 18 and decided to bring some of the changes into the earlier release. Ooh, all right, so they know it. They're feeling the pressure, fellas. We expect these changes to shift the PvP meta a little for the month or so before season 18 launches. And we have another set of changes coming, then smaller, of course, since we moved some of them to Solstice. So the TLDR buffs, Airborne Effectiveness, improved baseline airborne accuracy and aim assist for all primary weapons. Let's go! Added a static airborne effectiveness buff to some existing perks, raised the base airborne effectiveness stat on several exotic weapons, tuned up some underperforming primary weapon subfamilies in PvP, increased pellet shotgun damage in PvE, okay, so an outright shotgun buff, increased ammo per special brick for Glaives, Forerunner, and Ariana's Vow in PvP. Linear fusion rifles no longer receive increased flinch in PvE, will still receive increased flinch though in PvP. Nerfs, tuned down some overperforming exotics in PvP. Oh, I would like to know the specifics there, Bungie. But big changes, guys. Baseline airborne accuracy and aim assist for all primary weapons getting a buff, meaning everything should be feeling better in the air. I don't like airborne effectiveness, or at least the way it is now. Hopefully, though, this change will bring things more in line. Now, airborne effectiveness on primary weapons. We were cautious about making weapons too easy to use while airborne at season 17 launch, preferring to take some time to evaluate and then buff accordingly, rather than having to nerf. We've seen this play out in the game for several weeks now, and are confident that we can safely and significantly decrease the airborne accuracy and aim assist penalties on primary weapons. So first, reduce airborne penalties for all primary weapons. These changes are roughly equivalent to increasing the base airborne effectiveness stats of primary weapons by 15 at low stat values. Reduce airborne accuracy penalty at low airborne effectiveness by 20% to 40% dependent on the weapon type. Auto rifle, pulse rifle, scout rifle, and submachine guns, 40%. Hand cannon, sidearm, 20%. Bows at 30%. Again, reduction there in the penalty. Reduce airborne aim assist penalties for the above weapon types and change the stat scale to provide more benefit to each point. Reduce airborne auto aim, bullet bending, mouse and keyboard and controller penalty by 20%. Reduce airborne magnetism, reticle stickiness controller penalty by 40%. Again, these are the penalties that are being reduced. Now, some perks now give a static airborne effectiveness stat buff in addition to their other effects. Air assault, plus 10 AE at all times in addition to plus 60 for a total of 70 AE when at low health. Extended mag, plus 10 AE. Steady rounds, plus 7 AE. Raise the base airborne effectiveness stat on several exotic weapons listed in the exotic section below. So starting with weapon archetypes though. Hand cannons. Precision hand cannons have languished for quite a while, and we took some time to soften their time to kill in PvP. In playtesting, we find this makes them a lot more competitive, particularly their innate plus 25 bonus to airborne effectiveness. Increased body shot damage from 37 to 40, and the crit shot damage moving from 57 to 60. All right, easy 3 taps, multi-kill clip or kill clip, right? Actually, considering multi-kill clip's even easier to proc on your 180. Might be worth trying, guys. A lot of forgiveness here though, as that's an easy 2 crit 2 body. Previously, you could do it, but only on super low resilience Guardians. And again, it even mentioned here, it can kill Guardians 2 crits 2 body and kills 1.33 seconds with body shots. Yeah, 180s are gonna see a rise here. I know this looks like a subtle change. You're gonna see 180s being used, I promise. Especially given the fact, being a precision archetype weapon, they have better airborne effectiveness. Auto rifles, precision 450s, have fallen behind other AR subfamilies, partly because they were more reliant on hitting a higher portion of crits to reach their optimal time to kill. So increased body shot damage from 19 to 20. Also, their precision multiplier moves from 1.6 to 1.5. Crit damage stays the same at 30. Oh, just in time, fellas. We're actually going to be reviewing Firefight for this season. Perhaps this change right here might actually make it meta. Scout rifles. While we don't want scout rifles to be too effective, we generally don't want long-range weapons to compete compete with short-range weapons for ease of use or time to kill. There's some room to make scout rifles a little better in PvP and add some primary weapon competition to snipers at longer ranges. So we've adjusted 2 of the scout rifle subfamilies, precision and high impact. So for precision, which are 180s, increase body damage from 34 to 38. Crit moves from 54.4 to 60.8. Holy crap. That is a ginormous bump on both of those fronts. Can 2 crit 2 body against 197 health guardians or lower, kills in 1.33 seconds, and body shots against 190 HP or lower, which is what, 5 resilience, guys? What is that? Yeah, just check. That's 5 resilience. 1.67 though against higher resilience. Overall, man, that is very good. And just in time, because we haven't even reviewed Tears of Contrition. Oh my God. For once, waiting to do weapon reviews is actually benefiting us. Now, high impacts. These are 150s. Oh, please. Are we about to be in a Jade Rabbit meta? Polaris Lance. Increase body damage from 38.2 to 42. Crit moves from 66.9 to 73.5. Mother of God. Fellas, do you know what that means? That means 2-tap city if you happen to have a kill clip 150 round per minute scout rifle. Better break out that transfiguration, boys. It's about to be nasty. Now, moving on to shotguns. Pellet shotguns felt like they could use some love in PvE. Increase pellet shotguns PvE damage bonus from 10% to now 25%. All right, perhaps this is the buff we've been looking for. Linear fusion rifles. The flinch increase on linear fusion rifles was fairly effective, but since it was global, it hurt their usability in PvE. We've made a change that applies this increased flinch to damage, coming only from players instead. Look at that. Look at Sandbox surgically going in there. No lie, I am so happy they abandoned the policy of keeping everything the same between PvE and PvP, right? Now, glaives. When scavenger mods were disabled in PvP, glaives were no longer able to get enough ammo for a kill from a single brick. We've corrected that issue. Increase ammo per special brick from 1 to 2 in PvP. Oh boy, we are so close to a glaive meta. Damage scalers on trace rifles, Kill and Tally, Agriceptor, and Will of Given Form, Ariana's Vow, and Fighting Lion were not functioning as intended. The fix for this will restore that functionality for most weapons, but an update to Fighting Lion will come later. Currently planned for Season 18 launch. Note that this issue may also have affected other weapons or perks. Okay, so damage scalers. Guys, what's going on with Fighting Lion? Somebody tell me. Is it doing more damage? What's happening? Now, exotics. Lorentz driver is still oppressive to play against, and we wanted to address this more thoroughly. Reduce aim assist stat from 32 to 22. Reduce suction against players. Remove the universal 2x flinch nerf from the previous change. Since we've changed flinch for all linear fusion rifles, see above, this change also applies to Arbalest. I'm curious to know if that -10 there in aim assist is going to make a difference. Gjallarhorn is much too dominant as a heavy weapon choice in PvP and Gambit due to proximity detonation, making it very easy to use in Wolfpack rounds, finishing Guardians who should be far enough away to be safe. So the primary rocket no longer has proximity detonation. Oh my. All right, so just the second rocket. And Wolfpack rounds now deal half damage to players. Now that's interesting though. This is interesting. Hold on. Proximity detonation on Gjallarhorn, right? Normally, proxy detonation on any rocket launcher nerfs the damage, correct? Truth. Grenades and horseshoes is the reason why no one ever chose that perk, because essentially the impact damage was not taken into account. So let me go out on a limb. Primary rocket no longer has proxy detonation on Gjallarhorn, but will it in fact have increased damage due to impact? I know some of you are going to be like, Cross, it still makes impact. Hold up. Perhaps this is a buff though. Now the last word has reached a usage level on controller where it warranted some adjustment. With this change, it will be a little harder to land crits while hip firing, and it will be less deadly at extended ranges. Reduce hip fire precision aim angle by 50%. Precision aim angle dictates how far off the head you can be aimed and still have aim assist granting you a critical hit instead of a body shot. Reduce damage and aim assist fall off distance by 3 meters. Honestly, this change right here, guys, it's gonna level the playing field. Really. Last word got a slight buff on mouse and keyboard at the beginning of the season. Now that they're gonna be nerfing it, I really think it's gonna be pretty much in terms of potency the same on both inputs. Now, Forerunner was getting 3 ammo per special brick in PvP, technically enough for a kill, but this was unforgiving, so we bumped it up a little. At the same time, it was getting full ammo from a single special brick in PvE, which gave it extremely high uptime. So we increased ammo per special brick from 3 to 4 in PvP and reduced ammo per special brick from max to 16 in PvE. Ariana's Vow was getting 1 ammo per special brick in PvP, not enough for a kill, so we increased ammo per special brick from 1 to 2. No lie, guys, I miss Ariana's Vow. We used it so much in PvP. It was like our favorite cheese weapon outside of Telesta. We're evaluating the Airborne Effectiveness stat on exotic weapons, keeping in mind that they can't equip the Icarus mod, and decided to bump several up to be more competitive. So starting with Suros from 23 to 31, Whisper of the Worm from 9 to 20, Monte Carlo 21 to 29, and Forerunner from 22 to 27. All right, I don't think this is gonna make Whisper of the Worm meta, but maybe. Who knows? Regardless, big changes coming to weapons, Airborne Effectiveness, whole archetypes. Guys, this is what we wanted. In the past, we would have waited an entire season to get this change. Bungie, thank you so much for this. Considering just a few TWABs ago, they said that they weren't going to be doing any other sandbox changes for this summer, they heard us loud and clear, and they're making the adjustments. So big shout out to Chris and the team. We very much appreciate it. Hopefully this change right here is going to be noticeable. We'll be testing it all as soon as it drops. Prime Gaming drops. That's right, guys. We have Prime Gaming back again. We actually had a promo with them yesterday. If you've got Prime Gaming, you get access to all kinds of free loot, a Sparrow ship, a Ghost, and not just for Destiny, for a lot of other games. So feel free to check that out, guys. Outside of that, you can still gain this Pride Emblem right here with this code on your screen. So for my collectors, snag it while you can. Grandmasters, your time has come. Grandmaster Nightfalls have returned, bringing some of our most challenging PvE content back into the mix. This week will be your chance to finish up your Conqueror title and possibly guild it and earn some awesome loot. We also want to remind you that if you get error coded out of a non-match made Nightfall, any level, you will now rejoin after logging back in. While in this state, you won't be able to change builds or equipment in the game, the app, or any third-party websites. Good luck out there, Guardians. Dude, thank God, right? Nothing sucks worse than getting to the end of the corrupted to have Bombad get booted to orbit due to Comcast. Now, as a final note here from Sam, my first TWAB in the books, we did it. This past week has been pretty jam-packed on the website between our tech blog, community focus, our consumer products Nerf article, and this week's TWAB. Goodness gracious, we've been writing a lot. For the next week, we do have some Bungie Day plans, but I really don't want to spoil the surprise, so you're just gonna have to wait. Oh, don't forget to please keep sharing your Shreds of Light cosplay over on socials. The number of times we have giggled in a meeting because one of your wildly creative cosplays is too many to count. Stay crafty, get it because cosplay, Guardians. High fives, Sam. All right, we got somebody new writing TWABs. Yo, somebody check out DMG. Is that man alive? I haven't seen him write a TWAB in forever. Dylan, come back. Now, before I let you guys go, I want to say a big shout out to our partner, SteelSeries, for sponsoring today's video. Guys, if you're looking for literally the best gaming peripherals out there when it comes to mice, keyboards, mouse pads, SteelSeries is by far the best. My favorite product currently is their Pro line of gaming headsets. Both the Arctis Pro and the Nova Pro are some of the most comfortable headsets I have ever worn, which is invaluable for those that have long gaming sessions. The Arctis Pro wireless is fantastic with its dual battery system, its high-res audio, and its comfort. And the only reason why I replaced this headset was because SteelSeries launched their Nova Pro and Nova Pro wireless headset last month, which turns everything about the Arctis Pro up to 11. It comes with a Game DAC 2.0, allowing you to connect to two systems at once. Custom high audio drivers, 360-degree spatial audio, AI noise canceling microphone, and on the wireless model, it has adaptive noise canceling. Guys, the sound will blow your mind, and again, the comfort is unmatched. Pair it with the SteelSeries audio software Sonar to take your listening experience even further. So guys, if you're interested in snagging one of these top-of-the-line headsets, down below will be a link to SteelSeries. Feel free to check that out. You can use code Aztecross for 12% off at checkout. And again, big shout out to SteelSeries for all of these great products. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.